Welcome back to the channel today, guys. We're already 2 days into the Legends League season, and I want to share the strategy I have been cooking for a while, and it has been highly requested. This strategy combines both the backpack and then sap spells. So that's like the combination of, my two favorite strategies so far. And it removes the giant arrow. The giant arrow is the riskiest part of the most recent strategy. That's the rocket backpack plus giant arrow strategy. You guys know it. But yeah, it's basically removing the giant arrow and replacing it with zaps. And yeah, it's just safer than the giant arrow. Everybody knows the higher you go in Legends League or the more bases are adjusting, it gets tougher to place your giant arrow on some bases. But let me share the basic idea of the strategy with you guys. You know how with the rocket pause, you can even see the time, 8 minutes and 47 seconds. Really quick strategy. But yeah, you know how you fire your giant arrow across and then also your rocket backpack across. And then maybe you will just quick here and then also quick here. You get everything out of the way. But then here, you separate it. You do your zap spells, and then you send your backpack across the base. So let me show you guys. That's exactly what I did on this base. Here, zaps here, and then zaps in the middle of the base, and then just my rocket backpack across the base. And then I get everything along that straight line, except from the CC building, of course. But then the CC building is not super important because you always carry your poison spell regardless. That's one thing that, you don't really need it for. But then also, take a look at it. If there were no buildings across from 6 o'clock and there were no buildings at 12 o'clock, you would still be able to nail the same thing. That's why I said it requires zero risk at all. And I think base builders would have a hard time building against this. Now, besides this value I got here on this base, I've also sent my rocket backpack across like this, maybe with 2 quicks and a couple of zaps, maybe even less zaps, and I would have gotten across like this. So I'm already showing you guys how different ways you can send your rocket backpack across and get value on different bases. Just like that. So, and then after that, you proceed to do the rest of stuff. Everybody knows how throwers work at this point. You just send your throwers in. You can send your queen or king along the outside. Here, I just decided to send my queen to get the air defense. And, queen with the, what's his name? The dragon duke. And then king along the outside of my throwers just to cook. And then they handled both sides of the base simultaneously. And we pushed through. This is just speed up. You guys know if you use throwers, you know how the rest of the attack works. So I'm just going to speed it up. King is along the outside with a couple of spells. A couple of throwers joined him. I just used the log launcher to be safe. Log launcher or troop launcher, depending. Are you going opposite town? You guys know how the rest of this works. And then I don't even think I used any spell after that. But then the only problem with this is that you have only 2 totem spells left. And you have no skeleton spell. Just like when you're using zap throwers. Now, wait, let me show another hit before I show you guys the second version of the strategy that has only 2 quicks and 3 zaps, because here I have take a look at this. So this number of quakes and zaps, I have 3 quakes and then 6 zaps. Is even more than what I use with normal zap throwers. But if I'm doing zap throwers, I would only get this part of the base with 6 zaps and 2 quakes. But pairing it up with the backpack, I can then split things up and get here and get this part of the base as well by splitting the zaps and the quakes perfectly. So let's take a look at what I did. So on the revenge tower takes the most spells. So I think I use 2 quicks and 3 zaps there. And then over here, I'll use 1 quick and 2 zaps. That's exactly why I have 3 quicks and 6 zaps on the strategy. So here, 2 quicks, 3 zaps, and then 1 quick, 2 zaps. And then I clear that entire line of building. Just like I'm using the giant arrow. But pause. Take a look at it. There's no building here to fire the giant arrow. And here, I think it's a bit messed up and also baited. You can see maybe he landed here. There's a black mine. There are lots of traps along that flank. So it removes the risk of the giant arrow. And then now you have a magic mirror to keep your queen alive. A lot longer. No risks at all involved in this particular strategy, which is why it's a very, 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 very good strategy. And it will be super hard to bait or build against. Then at this point, you already know what to do. Throwers at this side, bro. Okay, take a look at my leftover zap. I just took out 2 witches with my leftover zap spells. So that's what you can use your zap spells to do. Take care of that or Eskelis or whatever thing that could be troubling you on the base. So throwers would move along this side. If you're a fan of throwers, you already know how this works. Throwers here, then king and queen here. I don't know if everybody does it like this, but this is how I do my thing. But he has already set the funnel in the middle of, take a look at this funnel. And then you can eventually revive him. Let's assume there were buildings left in the core. Once throwers go here and then king and queen go here, you can revive him and he gets whatever is left in the core. So here, let me just speed it up. You can see once again, I think I will eventually send a troop launcher to just help me with the rest of stuff. And yeah, should be GG at that point. Let me slow it down now. You can see queen ability. She has a magic mirror and a giant just popped at this point. She'll most likely be able to take care of the monolith because she has that ability, and then we're just pulling the rest of the base. I don't know if I eventually revived the Duke, or I didn't need the revive, of course, but you can see how smooth it was just because we nailed that zap and the backpack across the base. So let me show another one, third hit of the day today. I also used it yesterday, so that's the good thing about the strategy. Now take a look at this one. Rocket backpack giant arrow. So this base is still day 2 in Legends League, so everybody doesn't have bases that don't have where to, these guys still have where to place your giant arrow from. Yes, I understand that, but there's still no giant arrow on this one. All I did was quick here, quick through the base, and then zapped through it, and then you see the value the rocket backpack gets without the queen. Less risks involved, same value involved. So let's see, 1 2, and then split up the zaps perfectly and then move like this. I also quicked there, and then I think 1 2 1 2. Take a look at this, take a look at the value, bro. Everything across here with those 3 quicks and then 6 zap spells. That's 9 spell space, but bro, I think it's actually worth it. You know, the risk and the reward ratio, less risk compared to the giant arrow, and then similar reward. So it's all up to you. The only thing is that you don't have the amount of spells, totem spells, that you would normally have if you did, you know, the other strategy. So yeah, just going around the base. I don't think I need to show the rest of the hits on this one. You guys know how it goes, same exact thing. So let's return back home and show maybe my 4th hit of the day, and we call it a day. Or not call it a day. I show you guys the other version where I used only 3 zaps and 2 quicks. So here, take a look at it once again. Now pause. Now you can choose to just send it across here, but then this is where the lava launcher is. The lava launcher can be at any part of the base, whether it's here, even if it's here. You can always find a way to, because all you need to note is that your Dragon Duke goes through the center of the base, regardless of where you send him. If you send him from here, he goes through the center. If you send him from here, he goes through the center. So because of the lava launcher position, I didn't just send him directly from like 12 or 6 o'clock. I altered his direction a bit. I think I sent him from here, and then he still went across, got both the revenge tower and the lava launcher, and I split my zaps perfectly. So here you can see 1 2 1 2 3, and then here 1, and then I sent him across, and then after that, he still needs 1 zap, and then I just zapped, and I also got the Mortal Inferno there. So you can see the value I got across without the giant arrow, just the backpack and the zap spells and the quick spells, of course. So throwers will most likely move here, and then I'll send king and queen here. Of course, you already know how the rest of the hit goes. The only thing to do is just set it up nicely, and you're good to go. So yeah, I think I'm done with this version. So let me jump to Nigerian Prince and show you guys, because that's where I used the 2 quicks and 3 zap spells. So it's very, very similar. I think that one is even more like zap throwers, because you only get less value. You don't get an entire lane of defenses. What's this? Oh, an invite or something. But yeah, 320 as well, so it's not much of a problem. And then, oh, yesterday I got a 303 on this account. Why? Because I used the rocket backpack. This is what I'm saying about okay, this, I think it's a very popular base, but it's very hard to nail your giant arrow from a couple of places. I think I tried nailing it from this super wizard tower here, and I missed it completely. So that's the risk involved with using the giant arrow, and I'm trying to eliminate risk mainly for everybody, or many people don't know how to use the giant arrow or don't like the giant arrow because it can be complicated, it can be baited, but that's why there's now zap backpack for you guys. So you can see I've sent all the quicks across, tried to scale it there, and then bro, I missed. I was like, even if it's just lava launcher I got, I would have taken it, but yeah, I missed that. I don't even know why I used my queen before I used the Dragon Duke. I normally send my Dragon Duke first. So it was just a bad hit, and then trying to recover from here. I think my warding, bro, this lava launcher is crazy, and you can see the warding is even crazier. So I think I lost my warding 2 times in this first compartment thanks to the lava launcher. See, and then he's dying. I sense healers, but I don't think. Oh, is he minimum praise a lot? Can you imagine? And then he died. I revived him, and then he still died again. So these are the. You can see. Boom! He died again. He didn't even enter into the base. Can you take a look at that? So these are the risks involved with the giant arrow. And then today I said, you know what? No giant arrow on this account. I still use this army on another account. So I just keep experimenting and doing different stuff. But yeah, let me show you guys the 2 quakes and the 3s. Oh, I missed this first one. I don't even know why. But you can see here, I'll just send my Dragon Duke across and then 2 quakes and 3 zaps here. I think I missed my zaps. I messed it up first hit of the day, of course. And oh, the builder hot too was also a problem. So yeah, just like you use a full zap here, then you just send your throwers here and then your king and queen here. Dragon Duke is already down the middle thanks to the rocket backpack. And don't forget that he is also dealing damage across every single building he went through. So he has already softened everything across the way using the backpack. So here it's just almost the same thing as zap throwers or every single thrower attack, you know, just handling the rest of your spells. And then this one, you have more totem spells to work with. You now have a skeleton spell. So my advice is just to pick whichever one you think is best for you. And then, yeah, pick whichever strategy you think is best for you. If you think you're really good with the giant arrow, stick with the giant arrow and the backpack. If you think you don't like the giant arrow, go to the zap backpack strategy or strictly zap thrower strategy. That strategy is still really good. I showed you guys last 4 days of Legends League season. And then whichever other combo you want to try out. Let me show you guys an esports 3v3 I played as well using these strategies. I used the zap backpack and I also used the giant arrow plus backpack version of the strategy. This is a 3v3 match, solo 3v3. I played all 3 accounts versus 3 carry esports. This, I think they're like a top 10 team in the world. It was just a 3v3 match, but let me show you guys what I did on this hit. So this is also a popular Legends based style, and I did that strategy, the zap backpack strategy. I said, yeah, zap backpack strategy. I zapped out here, I think 2 zaps and 1 quick, and then 2 zaps and 2 quicks and 3 zaps here, and then I just sent my Dragon Duke across the base. So let's take a look at what I did. Yeah, see, 2 quicks and then 1 zap. I think I did that because of the 2 sweepers there. And then on this bottom side, I did 2 quicks and then 3 zaps. I also got the expo out of the way, and you can see the rocket backpack. Boom, takes out the lava launcher and then the revenge tower on the back end. And then I can just do my thrower spam. I think you guys have already explained how to do thrower spam for you guys. So it should not be much of a problem at this point. Here, I'm just going, and once you see spring traps, start testing out with your goblins, barbs, and then your troop launcher eventually. But then, yeah, it's just pulling the base at this point. Yeah, rocket loans, troop launcher, test for spring traps, king and queen on the left side. Sorry, it's on 4 times speed, but I know you guys already know this part. And then once they've gone to the left, to the right, you can then revive your duke to go straight into the middle of the base to clear whatever is there. And then, yeah, there's now no revenge tower on the back end of the base as well. So imagine if I did the first version of 2 quicks and 3 zaps, that's the one I just used on my Nigerian Prince account. I will have the revenge tower on the back end, which will not be bad because I have like a couple of spells to maybe deal with it. But then it's always good to, you know, clear it out of the way. You have no problem if everything fizzles out, because I think my left side of the army fizzled out, but maybe they will not have fizzled out if I had more spells. So just know if you want to use, because that's 9 spells commitment to that. That's the 6 zaps and 3 quicks. Yeah, it is 6 zaps and 3 quicks. So that's 9 spells. Or you want to use the one that's only 2 quicks and 3 zaps. Or you want to just use your giant arrow and back. Because take a look at this base. Oh, I didn't show you how it was initially. Trying to send a giant arrow on this base. You can see they've removed all the buildings at 6 o'clock. And then at 12 o'clock as well. There's nowhere to send. You can try to send from here. But if you miss your giant, if you can't send it really straight, you're in super trouble. So yeah. This is the strategy I used on, okay, that was first guy. Then here, I did the zap backpack, but I used the giant gauntlet. I tried to take out this compartment. I feel the giant gauntlet is what made me fail, honestly. But yeah, take a look at it. 2 quakes for both sides, and then 2 zaps here, 3 zaps here. That's what I did on this base, and it didn't work out well. Yeah, him across, but he took out, he did his job. That's the point of the zap backpack, and then the poison for the CC. And then obviously same thing, throwers here, king and queen here. That's what I did there. But then it's planned, so I used an ice golem to pop the rage tower early on the left side, and I also did it on the right side. So I seriously don't know how this hit failed. Okay, my healers messed me up, and then my king did not survive long enough, so my queen was just super vulnerable. Oh, I also popped ability early thanks to this super wizard tower here, or the expo. Yeah, they popped ability early, which was not supposed to be the case. So yeah, just my bad at the end of the day. She eventually died quickly. King also died. You can see the gauntlets here, because it's a compact base, compact side of the base, no wall pieces as well, so he can just use his gauntlets. But I feel the gauntlets still did not get how many buildings, just 4 or 5 buildings. So I would just keep sticking with my snake bracelet. This is the only attack I used the giant gauntlet, and I didn't really feel the value. So yeah, you can see my throwers will still cook. They cooked, cleared that part of the base, and then I dropped my troop launcher quite early, because on these bases there are kind of spring traps around here. So that's that queen with a skeleton spell, just trying to keep her alive a lot longer, even with druid, but she eventually died. I wish I still had my ability. I would have been sure she would clear up, down to here, and then take a look at my throwers going along the outside. Some now went inside. I think there was 1 or 2 that went inside that ended up stealing the throwers for the rest of them. You can see queen died early. Then this one, okay, then revive your duke, of course, to go down the middle of the base, but the monolith was still on the back end. So just a bit of stuff. And as I said, this is esports mode, so this is the most difficult mode in the game. Just a bit of errors. You can see the thrower with my healer, and then all these ones just ended up dying out. So just rubbish mistakes that are very avoidable. And then this last one was giant arrow and backpack combination here. Pause. So here, because I saw buildings at the bottom side where I could easily land a giant arrow from and take care of, I could take care of the revenge tower, 3 quakes, and then these 2 guys with 2 quakes. So I just stole that. Wait, I took 6 quakes. Why? Because this only takes 2 quakes, this takes 3 quakes. So why did I take 6 quakes? Just an overcook at the end of the day. But yeah, take a look at it. I tested for a Tesla, in case there's a Tesla here. That would have made it easier, but there was no Tesla, so I just did that, and then I most likely quake 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then rocket backpack most likely, and then queen giant arrow from here. Voila, bro, that was a good arrow. Almost missed, but yeah, we're really good with our arrows. First to miss an arrow, you guys know the base was actually really good. High Legends League, that's what is in High Legends League. So yeah, at this point, same thing, split your throwers here, and then your king and queen in this direction, and then you're good to go with your troop launcher. Just keep an eye on, if anything is dealing too much damage, you drop your totem spells. And then here, okay, how many totem spells? I think I've used a couple of them, but 3 totem spells. You have a freeze, you have an invis, just to cook the rest of the base. So yeah, this is the strategy I may use till the end of the season, because as I said, no too much risks involved, and then it's working on esports mode, so even after the modifiers, it would still be working. So yeah, guys, this is it. Tomorrow we'll come in with live hits. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.